A brother from Cameroon. His name is Charles Ekerum. Charles Ekerum is an ordinary guy, but he has gone through so many unusual incidents. As a result, he has really changed. An incident that really changed his life is his confrontation with the armed forces of the Republic of Cameroon. Charles Ekerum is a US citizen. He went to Cameroon recently to assist in the burial of his wife's relatives. Unannounced, soldiers of La République du Cameroun picked him up and beat him up and left him almost for dead. In fact, it's really a miracle that Charles Ekerum is alive today. So we want the American public to see what happens to you as an American when you travel to the war zone that has become La République du Cameroun. We want you to know the kind of treatment that they give to you. They don't even care whether you're an American citizen or not. They would maltreat you. So don't listen to what I'm saying. I want Mr. Charles Ekerum to speak for himself, and you're going to hear him right now. Welcome to the show, Mr. Charles Ekerum.
Thank you very much, Professor.
So how are you doing?
Oh, by the grace of God, I would first of all say I'm fine, and thank God for giving me another chance to be alive.
Yes. When I heard your story, I decided that we really wanted you to come to this show and tell the people. Because you are an American citizen, you went home to assist in the burial of your wife's relatives, and you did nothing wrong, and the soldiers of La République beat you up and left you almost for dead. I hear that if not of Jesus Christ, you will not be here to speak to us again. So seeing you is more like somebody who has risen from the dead. So I really pray to Jesus for giving you long life. You have a new lease on life. So now you can do what you did not really accomplish, so you can finish it. And so, how did it happen?
Precisely on the 25th of January, that was a Thursday, 2018. I was coming from Manfay after some financial transactions. After having crossed approximately 50 of me, tore my dresses, all my shirt and everything that was on me.
Yeah, I saw the pictures.
Telling them I'm a US citizen. I'm coming here just not to assist for a funeral program. My wife has lost a relative who's so dear to me. That's why I'm here. They did not listen.
So when you said you were a US citizen, what did they say?
Nobody cared. Instead, I heard them as I speak French, but I just kept quiet because there was no way. They told me to stay quiet. They kept saying in French, I'll repeat. They said, voilà les gens là, voilà les gens qu'on cherche là, voilà les terroristes là. I kept saying, I am a US citizen. Have nothing to do. First of all, I don't know why you are arresting me. I'm just coming here just for a purpose. I'm going to the next neighboring village called Mbakem village for a funeral.
But Mr. Charles Ekerum, we know who is involved in the politics of Ambazonia. You are not even part of this. So why did they arrest you?
I don't know why they arrest me. And I think from every evidence, after all the investigations they made, after all the enhanced interrogation, even without contact, because I kept shouting, contact the American embassy. Before coming to the United States, I have a valid visa from the Cameroon embassy. And on arrival at the airport, I had a valid entry stamp on my passport. I have my vaccination and everything. So if I was to be arrested, it's not you at the airport who has to, not you here who has to arrest me. I would have been arrested at the airport if I was an activist or if I wasn't innocent, or the Cameroon embassy wouldn't have even, first of all, given me a visa. I reiterated to them that I was in Cameroon in September to bury my mom.
Okay.
I've also come back again here with a second visa. Nobody listened. They just kept beating me. They said they're going to kill me. And these guys were ready to kill me. Indeed, they were ready.
Okay.
I heard them saying in French where they were dragging me. I was blind. I don't know where they were taking me to. Into a bush or to somewhere I don't know.
Okay.
Saying, the others were saying in French, which Finissons avec une fois ici. Let's just finish with him there. Donne-lui une balle directement sur la poitrine. Just give him a bullet directly in his chest. Et on jette cette bêtise ici, on part. And let's throw this coward here and let's go. Within them, they were disputing. Attends le commande du général. Attends le général. Which means let's wait for the general's command.
Okay.
And within this time, I was being tortured. Tortured indeed. Like the images I used to see on TV.
So did you see any soldiers or any armed people from Amazonia?
I did not even see anybody because within that period, this what ensured I couldn't, the pains were very excruciating that I couldn't even bear it.
Okay.
They took blocks and hit, while I was lying on the floor, with my hands, they took blocks and break the blocks on my head.
Okay.
While I was lying with my hands directly tied behind me, they were stepping on me with their boots and kicking me and saying it was close to death. That's what I can say.
So when I look at the experience that you've gone through, so it just tells me that if you, an American citizen, with all the legal rights, you can experience this type of torture, what more for people who come from that part of the world who are Cameroonians? Do you think you are exceptional?
I am not exceptional. It is by the grace of God that I was able to make it alive.
Okay.
I pity mostly ordinary Cameroonians, precisely those from the southwest and the northwest. What I watched and saw on TV and on the YouTubes, I experienced it firsthand.
Okay.
Firsthand, so I can only imagine what they go through. Because I saw a lot of what happened. I wouldn't want to cut you short. While I was still at 8 o'clock, after all those beatings, a colonel came from the gendarmerie who told me that he's taking me to the gendarmerie brigade for further enhanced interrogations. When we got there, he told me that he confided in me that they have told him the reason why they caught me, that the information was being given by the mixed control, that an American, one of those Americans, or those who sponsor terrorism in the Southwest Province, and those who are actually actively participating in the secession of the Southwest and Northwest Province from the general from Cameroon, has come, and that we are the ones who are sponsoring this. I said, no, I don't even have any idea about this. But everyone coming from the United States, from the diaspora in general, is considered a terrorist, a secessionist.
So don't you think the Cameroon government is abusing the phenomenon of terrorism in Africa? Because if you label people who are not terrorists, don't you think they're exploiting this fact? The Biya government.
Well,
I mean, looking at your experience.
As a Cameroonian by birth and origin, though being a United States citizen, I think the government, the Cameroon government, is supposed to look for a way of actually resolving this crisis. Look at me, so innocent as I am. What do you think will be my own impression in me now with regards to the situation back home? Don't you think if I was a Cameroon citizen or with the situation that I've gone through, don't you think that is enough to radicalize me?
You tell us. We don't know how you feel. Tell us how you feel.
Yes, that is enough to tell me, oh yes, for real, then these guys have the right to do what they're doing. Because I saw ordinary citizens, some of those who are actually loyal to the Biya government, who got so maltreated. I'll quote you an example.
Sure.
The next morning, I was supposed to be released. I was released that same evening, but I couldn't go back to the village because at 8 o'clock, there is no circulation. So I was forced, the colonel took me to a jail, kept me there under the guards of 2 gendarmes for protection, that he feared that something else might happen because in his absence, these guys might want to take an advantage. So in the morning when I was released, I want to say, I will first of all thank him because he was kind enough to tell me certain truth.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would actually appreciate him.
Okay.
He spoke so reasonably with me. We confided in each other. And when I went back to the village, Mbakem village, on my way back, most of those gendarmes were surprised to see me alive.
Okay.
Yes.
Because they knew you've been to the Lions Den.
Yes. One of them, at I don't really know the checkpoint, there are several checkpoints are not even within the villages.
Okay.
Told me, mon frère, tu es chanceux.
Oui.
He said that in French, that you are very lucky.
You're fortunate.
So by the time I got to the village where I was residing, it was another catastrophe.
Okay.
While I was in the going through the interrogation, they took every information from me where I was residing. They went to that village. They beat everybody, the remaining villagers who could manage to be there within that time, because most of the village is honestly deserted.
Yes.
Only old ladies and I'll call it elderly people who are sick, who cannot actually work, who are remaining there.
Well,
with some few youths who would dare the situation to come back in the evening and then do some activities, then run and go back.
Soldiers of Biya's La République are thieves.
My junior,
but do you think these are soldiers or they are just thugs? Because soldiers are supposed to be disciplined.
I think I'll take an example of the United States.
Okay.
My country of nationality, of naturalization, where even if a police stops you, most often I've encountered a lot of them, they respectfully approach you.
Okay.
Even if I was a suspect, as they say, or a spy, they would have actually asked my reasons for being there and give me all the questions I would have answered them, but they didn't give any chance.
So they just assume that you're a criminal. And I think that's the way French law works. They just assume you're a criminal.
And due to this, I can see how innocent people lose their lives because they beat everybody. My own junior brother, who accompanied me for one reason, because most of the youths were in there to help us to be able to put the grave and all other funeral things together, was also severely beaten. A grandmother who was sick, residing in that same building, was well beaten.
Okay.
And asked, when she asked that she wanted to go and ease herself in the bathroom, she was forced to ease herself in front
of the gendarmes.
It's